What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Recently, Shaquille O'Neal and Mike Tyson were doing a podcast. And in that podcast, they were talking about this new relationship with Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, again, you know how a lot of women are, especially when it's their favorite female celebrity. And no matter how uncouth she may represent herself or how dusty she could be, whenever they feel like she's moving on to somebody that has more money than the last guy, what are they gonna say? We love to see it. We love to see it. Oh, yes. So you're hearing all that. We love to see it, okay? And a lot of us as guys, you know, we're peeping that. We're peeping that like, okay, Meg Thee Stallion, you know, she's able to win, just like Lori Harvey. You know, she keep doing whatever she's doing and she's still able to get high-level guys to commit to her in relationships. And then Shaquille O'Neal and Mike Tyson talked about it, and this was it.
See the news about the new hot couple.
Who?
It is Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion.
Who's Klay Thompson, though?
He plays basketball. He was in the Warriors. He's one of the greatest shooters of all time. He's now on the Dallas Mavericks.
Really?
And he's with Megan Thee Stallion.
6 weeks. I'm going to say no.
You're setting the line at 6 weeks.
The line is 6 weeks.
So what Shaq is doing, he's setting the line, our Draft Kick Sportsbook line, at the summer.
6 weeks.
You don't see it lasting into the fall.
6 weeks.
Listen, man, she got shot for that. That might be last for a long time. You know, 6 weeks ain't nothing. So you got shot, so you gotta give her some credit, right? You gotta give her a little credit that he might got some staying power with that nigga.
So as you can hear, Shaquille O'Neal said 6 weeks, tops. You know, then some other people were saying that Shaquille O'Neal, he's hating, he's a hater, why he acting like that, why he's doing this and doing that and all that other stuff, right? And so I was seeing in the comment section a lot, Shaq is jealous, Shaq is this. And then this is why Shaquille O'Neal is right. Obviously, it's not gonna last for a long time, but this is what I've noticed about ladies who can just hop from like guy to guy, you know, and the guys have money and they're able to level up. Well, you know, it's like, let's say Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was able to level up in boxing simply because he has a hell of a right hand, all right? And it's highly unlikely over 12 rounds that he gonna hit you with that punch and you're not gonna be hurt. So he can do a lot of things wrong. He was like losing the Luis Ortiz fight in both fights. But once he hit you over the head with that punch, it was good night, okay? So at that point, it doesn't matter what he does wrong. As long as he can hit you with that before you hit him with something, you're going to sleep. And very fast, he almost put Tyson Fury to sleep with that same punch. And whatever was in Tyson Fury's body that got him up, they fought 3 times. But again, he put that punch on him, put him to sleep. Now, what does this say? This says something important. That once you figured out what was the problem with Deontay Wilder, everybody else figured out what the problem was with Deontay Wilder. And if you could neutralize him, and then obviously as he got older, he wasn't as explosive, so then he's easier to beat, okay? So what we found out is he never really worked on his weaknesses. So as time went on, that he wasn't as, you know, athletic or didn't take as much wear and tear on his body, he's able to be neutralized. And this is typically what happens to ladies. Let me just say this at 44. I mean, I'm not as in shape as I was at 26, but I am more keen to understand what people want, and I care more about it now than I ever have. Just life has taught me that way, all right? Life has really put my dusty ass in a position to say, look, if you want to grow, if you want to have a woman in the future that's going to be there for you, you want to maintain her, you want to maintain an audience, you want to maintain the business, you want to maintain the customer base, what you got to do is you got to be concerned about what somebody wants, all right? I'm not saying that women can't do this. I'm just saying that what I've noticed many times in the ladies that I've noticed is that, okay, if a man and a woman break up, they got a list about what the guy did wrong. What they did wrong was little to nothing. It's gonna be on you, all right? So in the case of a person like that, well, a man could probably have a little bit better opportunity to say, well, you know what? Damn, I missed her, or this is what I did wrong. I should fix that. And then the lady could very well just go on doing whatever she was doing because, guys come back. Even if the woman is doing wrong, guys come back. That's why women always brag. My exes always come back. And that's the case because no matter what they do, the guys come back even if they're wrong. So then what happens is you go all the way thinking that everybody else is their fault until you meet a guy. Then it comes to a point where you haven't worked on yourself and then don't work no more. So then what do you start doing when that don't work anymore? That's the problem. What happens when it stops working? And now we're not talking about that. And when you got somebody like Klay Thompson, he can deal with you here and there. Yeah, we together and all that. But what happens when it's a year down the line? What's happening once a year down the line? What's happening when it's not what it used to be and he tired of your ass? What happens then? See, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about when men get tired of dealing with you. We're not talking about when you have a rich guy that could just move on. And he understands what he can get. When Meg start getting drunk and start acting like she been acting, he gonna be out. And then you're gonna be like, we love to see it. Yes, we love. No, that dude is gonna be gone. And we all know this. Because Meg Thee Stallion, I don't think she need to work on herself. Look, I went through Partisan Fontaine, this other player, Torrey Craig. Now I got him. So I'm leveling up. And then all the rest of the chicks feel the same way. I'm leveling up. I'm doing this. I'm that chick. Like I said, you can always feel like you're that chick. You can always feel like you're that person until you're not that person anymore. That's the issue. You can always feel like that until you're not that individual. You're not that guy. Then what do you do then? That's the reality of it. Then you see those same chicks out there. They become bitter. They become older. Once they become older, what's the excuse now? Well, guys, my age is so toxic. That's why I have to date younger men. Oh, no. Here's the translation. You got to go enroll yourself over at No Condom Community College. And what you got to do? You got to pay for a dude. You have to pay for a man now. You got to cash out on a man now. That's what you got to do. You got to put that money out there in these streets, okay? You got to pay, you got to pay, you got to pay. Now what? Because you never picked up on those things. And by the year, 3 or 4 years down the line, look, I don't know how many women I saw. Delicious. Remember her? She was dating Lil Wayne. She was dating all the dudes. Now, in her 40, 50, she ain't dating nobody. Amber Rose, she had all the dudes on her. Amber Rose is bragging about getting clapped by young dudes now. Because nobody want to put up with her. The more money a man makes, man, he not going to be dealing with you. I don't care how fine you are. You think that he haven't had nobody finer than her? Klay Thompson ain't got to just deal with black women. He can deal with anybody. And this is the one problem that women who don't, let me just say, for example, because Meg Thee Stallion has money, and that's probably another reason why he's dealing with her, because she already got her own money. But here's a problem that most women that don't have money, when they want to deal with guys that do have money, they don't understand the opportunity that guys that have money really have. And that guys that got money do not and will not put up with a lot of stuff. They just don't have time. So, hey, if you want to believe that, hey. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.